Joining me now from Southern California, founder and CEO of Crazy Raccoons, LLC, a.k.a. the Zip app, Rick Militi. Rick, we gave you questions regarding the border and President Trump. We gave you 6 questions, and you put them in the Zip app, and people looked at them and then responded to them. And I found it fascinating this time that I think 4 of the 6 questions had a spread between men and women. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 6 points. That's really showing a little bit of a pattern, at least on your app and with your questions, a pattern of a break, if you will, between men and women on Donald Trump, and it's in a positive direction for the president.
Yes, we're starting to see that women are responding more favorably to Mr. Trump, and they are absolutely starting to believe what he's saying, and I think a lot of that has to do with his consistency in his message. And when it comes to border security, women overall tend to be a little bit more conservative because obviously they fear for their own safety and the safety of their children.
Yeah, and I fear for my safety and the safety of my child too. So I'm right with them. So let's look at question number 1 that we gave to you in the Zip app. Should President Trump declare an emergency at the border and order the Army Corps of Engineers to build the wall? Men at 81%. Yes. Females at 85%. So there's the spread. More females want to build the wall, at least the ones who are using the Zip app.
Yeah. As I've said in previous shows that I've been on, the app has a pretty strong conservative base. It's about 80% conservative, 20% liberal. And when you look at this and you start shredding these questions, anything below a 20% on the negative side or the no side will tend to be will lead us to believe that even some Democrats feel fairly, I guess, confident that there should be a wall.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we should point out too that not all Republicans respond the same way, and some Republicans may not agree with what the president is doing and trying to do at the border or whatever kind of policy.
Well, who do you know that agrees with everybody on every issue?
Right. I'm sure you don't even with your wife. 100%. I don't even know if you're married, but if you had a wife.
I am married. I have the ring.
You probably disagree with your wife once in a while. Question number 2 has nothing to do with Rick's wife. It has to do with the partial government shutdown. Who do you blame for the partial government shutdown? Now, on this one, I just looked at the totals. 7% blame Donald Trump, 93% blame the Democrats. So the overall and overwhelming, the blame is with the Democrats here. And the Democrats, we should say, not the party, but the Democrats in Congress.
Yeah, I think that that's really where this is pointed to. I don't think conservatives, liberals, Democrats, Republicans personally feel that way about each other, more so the political system as a whole. And what we're seeing is that Americans overall are very frustrated with the shutdown. They're very frustrated with the lack of compromise. I think they'd like to see that move forward. Again, more women will tend to feel that way. And they're pretty unified, especially the conservative base on this wall.
All right, so let's go to question number 3, and this has to do with beyond what's happening right now. It has to do with the future. Will the Democrat-controlled House of Representatives vote to file articles of impeachment against President Trump? This question, it's interesting. Fewer males believe that the Democrat-controlled Congress will file articles of impeachment, and more females, once again. A vast majority of females on the Zip app say that, yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that what you're seeing here, especially when you look at the next question, is that this is really pointed more at the Congress, I think, than anyone in specific. That they're saying that it's the Congress that really has something out for him, and they're looking for ways, and they're not really coming up with anything. But I think this is more about attitude and the attitude of the Congress or the Democrats in the Congress that really want to push forward in this, but are kind of running up against nothing.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, question number 4 is related to this. And it's very simply, has President Trump done anything that would justify impeachment? Overwhelming answer overall between men and women is no, he has not.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point, is when you ask someone that question, is the impeachment going to be pursued? The answer is yes, but is there anything to justify the impeachment? The answer is overwhelmingly, and I have to believe that even the liberals, Democrats that are using and voting on this app believe that. They don't believe there's anything really substantive there.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.